You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White sports fans, we need to talk about the cowards of the NCAA and these universities. Now, for the past couple of years, guys, we've been talking about biological males going over into women's sports, identifying as women and competing as women. And these people are breaking records. Records that actually belong to females, they have broken them as men. They have no shame whatsoever. None. How did we actually get to this point, guys? I think I know. Because people are just too cowardly. No other way to actually explain it. Guys, we need to stand up to the left. We need to stand up to them. Because the left, man, they really, really do echo their voices. They scream and whine louder than anyone. And people that oppose them, usually they just kind of sit in the corner and say, you know what, I don't agree with these people, but I don't want to say anything. I don't want to hurt any feelings. That cannot happen, guys. It cannot happen. Women should not be doing that. Because if women just go and crawl in the corner, remain silent, guess what? The left is going to run over you. Now, everybody knows about Will/Leah Thomas. Mediocre male swimmer, went over in his senior year, decided, you know what, I want to compete against the women, so let me identify as a woman, won an NCAA title. And it was pretty unfair, guys. I mean, we actually got a picture out there where Leah/Will Thomas is on the podium and the women are actually over to the side away from him in protest. It should have never got to that point, man. It should have never got there. Well, Senate committee has released a report that really, really does make the NCAA and these colleges look like cowards. They're cowards, man. No other way to put it. Because it seems like they were terrified to speak out against the left. Let's go ahead and do it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday. Just starts at $5 per month. So here we go. Check this out. Our voices as women were silenced. Senate committee releases report on helplessness felt by female athletes due to trans inclusion. This is crazy, guys, because according to Riley Gaines in this report, man, the NCAA and a lot of these athletic directors, they're really on her side. But they were just too cowardly to speak out. Says here, the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, HELP for short, has released this report revealing the helplessness that female athletes face when forced to compete against men who identify as women or transgender women. On Thursday, Senator Bill Cassidy, Republican from Louisiana, the ranking member of the HELP Committee, released the findings of the committee's staff's investigation into the effects transgender inclusion in women's sports has had on female athletes. The investigation consisted of dozens of interviews with athletes, parents, coaches, administrators, and others connected and familiar with the issue. Quote, they felt helpless, or they feel helpless, I should actually say. Cassidy said of female athletes in an interview with Fox News Digital. This is kind of the thing that we got. Why am I even trying? I don't have any hope whatsoever. It's because the NCAA and these athletic directors, the woke universities, decided to remain silent. They didn't want to be called bigots. They said you must accept these men identifying as women and let them beat you. Crazy. The issue of transgender inclusion in women's sports took on a heightened sense of urgency last year after the Beijing Biden administration sought to expand Title IX, the law designed to prevent sex-based discrimination in education and sports that receive federal funds, to include gender identity along with biological sex. Title IX was actually created to protect women, but now that seems to be the wokes don't actually want to protect women. They want men to identify as women and beat women. Trust me, the wokes want these men to beat women in their own sports. Says here, according to the Health Committee's report, that effort has had disastrous effects on the morale and motivation of female athletes. Quote, it felt unfair and demotivating to even try to or want to swim better, said an anonymous female athlete at Roanoke College in Salem, Virginia. Now, I believe that's the university, Roanoke, where there was actually a trans swimmer, and the females actually didn't want that guy to actually be removed from the team. They just wanted him to be able to swim, but his records wouldn't actually count in the female category. And that swimmer ended up eventually quitting. Yeah. The sentiment from the unnamed female athlete was so prevalent among the women at Roanoke College that 16 of the 17 members of the women's swim team wrote a letter to the college's athletic director saying they felt manipulated and scared. Those feelings of fear and demotivation were not confined to the women's swim team at Roanoke College. The report also detailed the sense of hopelessness felt by a cyclist at Colorado Mesa University who found herself competing against a trans cyclist. Quote, I wondered, what's the point in even racing? The female athlete is revealed to have said. You notice, guys, you're not getting many names of these female athletes that are actually complaining. We're really not. Look here. We know about the Leah Thomas thing. And Leah/Will Thomas swam at UPenn. This is what two of Thomas's former teammates said. Our voices as women were completely silenced. If we wanted privacy and safety and equality, then we were bigots. This has roots in misogyny, and allowing this to go on is misogynistic. Yeah. This is not bigotry, Cassidy said. These people we interviewed stress they've got nothing against transgenders as a group, but they shouldn't be competing against them. That's the thing. Now look here, Fox News has a whole entire report here. It's how long is it? 23 pages? Yeah, 23 pages. But here's one thing here from Riley Gaines. Check this out. It says here, several athletes indicated that they have coaches and teammates who agree with their positions who are afraid to speak out for fear of facing a backlash. NC State swimmer Kylie Alons put it this way. I have compassion for the coaches. They are probably afraid to speak up and know that their jobs are on the line. There is nothing keeping a school from firing the coaches for a non-revenue generating sport. Riley Gaines described a case in which she attempted to schedule a booth at an athletic conference. During the event, many athletic directors walked up to her and said, quote, hey, keep fighting. We agree with you. However, when she asked them if they could say so publicly, most said no. that they were afraid of lawsuits and quickly walked away. According to Gaines, even Mark Emmert, then president of the NCAA, walked up and encouraged the coalition of advocates to keep fighting. Gaines stressed the pressure exists not only for athletes, but also for coaches and athletic directors. These people were too cowardly, man. They were too cowardly. Athletic directors, the NCAA president, terrified of the woke mob. Therefore, they let women suffer. Absolute cowards, man. The people that were supposed to be protecting women didn't do it. Even though they agreed with these women when it came to these men going over in their sports and winning and competing. They said, nah, we're going to remain silent. Cowards, man. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.